I grew up in a pretty conservative Christian home. My mom and dad both took me to church as soon as the doors were open on Sunday and Wednesday. I went to a Christian high school and even to a Christian college, but even throughout all of that time, my view of God was pretty much just he was kind of a faraway being that I didn't really have anything to do with. I was never really connected and just had no relationship at all with him. For the most part, I found value in my friends and what I was able to do, things that I enjoyed, and just things of myself, and relationships that I had with other people. I had a lot of friends that lived in Charleston, and it, again, was one of the main things that I put value into is like my relationships with other people. A lot of my friends had left, moved away from Charleston. I didn't really have a whole lot of a big friend group, and I had just kind of gotten to a low point in life of being really lonely and just kind of all alone. And one day at work, one of my coworkers, Michael, was talking to me about where I find friends, how do I have relationships, and I told him I didn't really have any true friends right now in Charleston and in the area, and he invited me to come to church with him. And I told him that I would come and didn't really expect to actually follow through and actually come to church. And when I left work that day, something in the back of my mind kind of just said, you should consider going. And I continued to think that throughout the week, and ended up actually coming to ECBC that Sunday. And throughout just being at church, felt like God was just speaking to me through everything that was taught. Just every single thing that was said was pointed directly to what I was experiencing in life. So I started to realize that sin it was overcome in my life. Leland was speaking in Revelation about just believers who were in heaven and worshiping God continuously. And he said, don't you know this is what you were made for? And I knew at that time that God had just made me to worship him and to love him and to pursue him, just like he pursued me. And that's when I knew that I needed to surrender my life and become a Christian. Since I've become a Christian, I feel a lot that my fulfillment is found through Christ and through his love for me. That was something that I really struggled with, was just being accepted and feeling loved. And through Christ, there's so much love and so much acceptance in my life. So that has really made a big impact on how I view day-to-day life. I think my purpose has definitely shifted away from less of a selfish view. Before I became a Christian, I just wanted to do what made me happy. Different things are bringing me joy. I've really enjoyed being able to serve people just in my profession. One of the bigger things that brings me joy is helping others and serve others. So that's what I've really become passionate about since becoming a Christian, and actually being able to share the love that Christ showed me to other people just throughout my life and throughout my interactions with them. One way that I've continued to grow in Christ is just having a community group that I got plugged into once I started coming to ECBC. When I started coming to the community group, I was not a Christian, and they completely accepted me, and it's been such a blessing to see how Jesus is working in their lives, and then also just how they're able to work in my life and bless me. So it's been one of the great ways that I've really enjoyed getting plugged into the body of Christ.